This is the beginning of day 118. 117 I took a 0. It rained pretty much all day and then into the night last night and cleared, and I just didn't feel like hiking in the rain. I have a full pack with a 5/6 day resupply, which is heavy. I keep telling myself I'm not going to do it again, but I seem to make better time when I take a bigger load and just go. I don't have to stop in towns. So that was the deal. Today, highlights are going to be that I cross into Vermont. So I have a pretty stout day in front of me, I think. This section of the trail is a little challenge for water, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on water sources. It did rain all day yesterday, so that might help. I need to go up a climb, then I go down a little bit, and then go up another pretty long climb. So about the same elevation gain as Mount Greylock a couple days ago. It's nice cool weather. It's in the 60s, and I'm hoping to get up and over the mountain and down the other side to a pond, lake, pond, whatever you want to call it, here in Vermont, and stealth camp there. There is a shelter just over the top of the climb, but it doesn't have water. So I think the weather's calling for good weather, so I think I'm gonna just take her up and over if I can do it. So the options are probably a 5-mile option or about a 10/11 option. My friend Creek is leaving the top of Greylock today. He slack packed down Greylock yesterday, and he's gonna have his pack coming down Greylock into Williamstown, which is 6 miles, and if he goes another 10 to make it 16, he would be where I was at. So we should be connecting here shortly, today or tomorrow. So that's kind of the deal. It's a little hard leaving a warm, comfortable motel to know you're going to go work and sweat. But God is good, and He is faithful, and there are rewards to doing this, not the least of which is beautiful scenery, but it's meeting wonderful people. So the hotel I stayed at was run by an Indian family. They were very accommodating. We had a couple of challenges. They lost a pair of socks and a bandana of mine in the laundry, but they were very good about it. Good morning. They were very good about it, and yesterday when the socks were lost, I called the local outfitter, and they said because of the kind of socks they are, they can do free replacements even if they're lost. So they actually sent somebody to pick me up and gave me a new pair of socks, which I'm wearing. And then they said, when we found the other socks, they said, "Oh, just keep those. We don't need them back." So I don't really need 3 pair of socks at the hotel. I pitched some things that I've been carrying that I don't need, just to get some weight out of my pack. And I'm sure it didn't make a huge difference, but it probably got close to a pound, which I'll take. I've been carrying an extra fuel cartridge because I was worried I'd run out, and well, I hadn't run out, but it was on fumes, so I emptied that cartridge, and so there's 4 or 5 ounces, and got rid of a couple other things, so my pack should be lighter, except for I have 6 days of food, so it is what it is. So I'll keep taking it along with me. I'm just walking along the street here till we turn up into the woods here. I walked this the other day looking for trail magic, and I missed this turnoff right here. So this looks to be where I go into the woods and start up the hill. So 64 and a little breezy is chilly. Until you start climbing, then I'll be sweating here after a while. So I will see you on down the trail. A number of people told me Vermont is very beautiful. The one guy said also at the Vermont-Massachusetts border is a short rocky section. So I'm expecting rocks. So I just want to get going, and the hardest part is leaving. Once you're on the trail, then it's all familiar again, but it's really nice to have climate control, have a shower, but today time to put in some work. So I'll see you down the trail. Just past the sign back there that said welcome to Vermont. We are hiking on, it's now dual trail, the long trail and the AT. The long trail is an older trail than the Appalachian Trail. It follows the spine of the Green Mountains all the way to the Canadian border, 273 miles. The AT and the long trail are together for 107 miles. So 107 miles in New Hampshire. 7 to 10 days. So another state clicked off. So far the trail, other than that rock scramble, has been pretty good. I just saw a sign back here that said 3 miles to the Seth Warner shelter, which is the shelter I wanted to go beyond a little bit. I'll have to take a look at my maps before I get my hopes up. That means that's the case that I've done about 6 miles, which is not bad at all. Well, I got a rocky spot here. I got to put this away. I was talking to a southbounder the other day, and he said the trail Vermont was really good, except one small patch of a boulder field right as you cross into Vermont from Massachusetts. This must be it. It isn't very long. It goes up to the to the top of the mountain up here. But I need to pick my way through this. So that's one of today's challenges. There was a bad weather route that went around this boulder field, so you can go a different way, but I chose this way, so we'll see what happens. I'm at the top of the first climb. It's really pretty up here. I'm just taking a break. Made it up that boulder scramble. I'm eating some almonds and have a little sip of water, take a load off, and then I'll head down the trail again. I think I'm going down and then a little up and then down and then a big long up. I think that's what it is, but you never know. That boulder scramble was for real, but it wasn't as hard as it looked. I've had harder ones so far on the trail, but it definitely slows you down. So taking it easy. I'm taking a load off, trying to enjoy this. It's really pretty. I've got a nice rock to sit on, take a load off my shoulders and my hips, and then I'll press on. I've done close to 3 miles in an hour and 45 minutes, which isn't too bad. I was figuring with all the climbing today that I make about 1.5 miles an hour pace, which would mean I have 7 hours of hiking, so I've knocked out almost 2. And just keep going down the trail. Boy, this would have been, that rock scramble, I probably would have taken the bad weather route yesterday when it was raining all day. Even though it rained kind of steadily for most of the day yesterday, you can't hardly tell it. The ground was so dry here that it just absorbed right in. The streams don't just seem to be high or anything like that. It's just that they really needed water here, and good we got it. And now it's clearing out for a few more days of nice weather. It's in the 60s and with a breeze, and it's about perfect hiking weather. You don't get so terribly overheated, and that really robs my energy anyway. I don't know about younger people, but the heat really robs me. So I can tell my pack is heavy. I knew it would be. So it'll be on a challenge. The next climb is a long one too. I don't know if I don't think I've done a half of the climbing I have to do today. Maybe a little over a third. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. So we'll just see. The next one is a nice long climb up and over East Mountain Peak, and then down the other side, and that's 6 point some miles away. So we still haven't, I'm still in Massachusetts, haven't gotten to the Vermont, Massachusetts border yet. Thought I heard somebody talking over there, but I think it was just my imagination. So this is the last water source for about 6 miles. The shelter is 5 miles, which is kind of a bummer. The sign back there said 3 miles. I thought, wow, I'm making really good time. Well, they moved the shelter. So the old shelter has been moved. It was 3 miles, but the new shelter is 5. So I have about 6 to go, but I got plenty of time. It's 11:30, so I got plenty of time to get there. I'm just going to take it easy and see where I get. I did drink some water here and put some more in my bottles, and I've got plenty to make it. I've got plenty to make it 6 miles, and it's a rather temperate day, and it's got a nice cooling breeze, so not sweating so much as sometimes. So see you on down the trail. I want to bring you a wrap-up of day 118. I am camped very close to this pond right here. If I just spin around, I'll show you where my hammock is pitched, just right over here in the trees. See if you can see that. Supposedly it's a beaver pond, so there's an outlet from the beaver pond over there. And I got some water, which means I'm going to have to double treat it just to be safe, because beavers have a reputation of passing along some nasty stuff. So I'm going to chlorinate the water that I get from here. But just this is probably one of the most beautiful spots I've camped out on trail. And today's trail, some of it was nondescript, but in the beginning today I hiked along beside streams. You'll see a couple of stream pictures, but this This is just, we're up here almost at the top of the mountain. There's this depression, and then we have this pond, lake, and then all those, let me see if I can zoom in here, all these wildflowers here, and it is just really amazing. It's really beautiful. It kind of does a heart good. I'm not overly tired tonight. My feet took a licking today. Whoops. Quit pointing to the sun. My feet took quite a beating today. So, might have had enough gas in the tank to go. Well, I don't know if I would have. The next shelter was, with water, was maybe another 4 or 5 miles. And I don't think I would have made that today. So it's about 10 miles for today. I left the hotel this morning and had about 3,000 feet of climbing. The last climb, which I thought was going to be really hard, it was hard enough, but it was rather gradual. I looked at the topo map and I thought that it looked like it's going to be pretty steep, but it wasn't. So that's all good. And then I'm getting ready to fix myself some dinner over here. And I'll probably put up my tarp tonight just for a little wind protection. The wind is blowing quite a bit. And it's going to be chilly tonight. I think that it's going to be in the 50s, and we're up above here, so it could be 50, could be 48. My underquilt is rated to 30, and my top quilt is rated to 40. So anything I can do to help. I'll probably wear a little extra clothing to bed. I might wear my puffy to bed just to make sure that I stay nice and toasty. I'm not worried about it. I think I've got plenty of margin for error, but first night camping in Vermont. So wrap up a day 117, 118. Oh, I got a text from my friend Creek, and today he was resupplying at the Stop and Shop that I resupplied at a couple of days, and then he was going to hike a few more miles. So he's probably 5-7 miles behind me. There's a good chance we'll connect with each other in the next day or two, depending on the mileage that we all do. So be good to connect with him. He's a good friend. I would love hiking with him. So, you know, golden hour in the evening when the sun shines through the trees is magical. It is just magical. So that's my wrap up for day 118.